Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I didn't want to do back-to-back games with this team, especially when I knew what the second game was going to be. I knew they'd be good. I didn't know they'd be that good. And when I say good, what they do is they're a great execution team. They're a veteran team, and that guard put his name in the draft and then took his name out. That number 2, Lamb. Like, we got him in foul trouble, or he would have really hurt us. You saw some of the plays he made. So that's why we didn't play back-to-back games. But this is fine. I mean, this is going to be a really hard game for us to win. You know, the good news is, thank goodness we played 3:30 so that the staff could prepare. Like, I've watched enough tape right now that I have a feel, but I'm more concerned about how we're playing than how Kansas plays. Kansas is flying. They're shooting 25, 33s. They're going to shoot them, whether we're zone, man, triangle, and 2-box. They're taking 25 to 33s. They'll still run some of their weave into pick and roll. They do a lot of pick and roll to try to throw skip passes to shoot. I mean, they're who they always are. Play tough. They're a good defensive team. I know what they'll do against us. They'll come out and at some point they'll play a 2-3 zone. At some point they may throw a triangle and 2. But I'm more concerned with things that we have to improve on. So we're going to have a film session in about 15 minutes, and then we'll go on the court and we'll walk through what we need to talk about with our team. We'll walk through Kansas, and then we get ready to travel to Chicago.
After 2 games, what have you done maybe better than you thought you'd do at this point, and what have you not done as well as maybe
I'm pleased that a really smart team that is really, they're trying to grasp what we're doing, and I like that. We're not as good, well, we were yesterday because PJ rebounded, but I thought we'd be that kind of rebounding team that we were yesterday. That's who I thought we'd be. So I would tell you that's I'm pretty pleased with that. We've got two things. Guard defense really is, what's the word above bad?
terrible?
No, beyond, above that.
Worse than bad?
Yeah. Is there any like atrocious? Is there other words that you can use? Keep going. We're just getting beat on the dribble by everybody. And you can't, defense starts on the ball, it always has. And if you can't guard the ball, it's hard to keep you in. Like, I had to take Quad A out. He gave up 5 points in 18 seconds. You can't score enough to stay in the game. Now, I haven't done it yet, but I went to see how many points he gave up versus how many he scored. I know it's a negative. And I hate to tell you, the same with Shea. You can't have a negative. I remember I coached Keith Van Horn in the NBA, and he said, I got a guard, Karl Malone. What am I going to do? Whew. I said, he's probably going to get 35 on you. Try to get 40 on him. That's the only thing I can tell you. You know, so, and the crazy thing, the kid tried to, and it was like they okay, he killed you, you killed him, okay, we're in the game. It can't be in a negative. And so I'm going to talk to the guards about it. It's going to be a process. We have to be able to stay in front of people. We have enough shot blocking unless they're shooting straight layups. There ain't no one blocking that. If you make them go wide of you, we can help. But to go straight down the line, and it's not just guards. Kevin Knox is getting beat that way. PJ's getting beat that way. Freshmen get beat that way. Hami gets beat that way. That's what freshmen do. They get beat that way. And now we just got to demand it. I was all over PJ for 3 days. Said, you're going to start playing with the motor. And you see him yesterday with the motor. He's as good as anybody in the country. But he doesn't practice that way, which means it's hard to play that way. And so I think he has an idea, and the team does, of why we're demanding what we're demanding of him.
Holiday said last night pretty plainly, he said, I know my defense is bad. Can he physically, is there anything you worry about? Just can he physically do it with some certain matchups?
Some of it becomes just positioning. Some of it's called opening the gate. The guy goes to drive. Watch. Instead of your first step being here and hear his first step. You ready? I'm going to run you down. Well, you can't catch him. And I hate to tell you, Shea does the same thing. Hami does the same thing. The guy goes like this with the ball, they move up. No, the guy goes like that with the ball, you give space with a high hand. If you're going to get beat letting them shoot a tough two. You can't give them layups or wide open threes. Those two things kill your team. So in the second half, what did we give Vermont? Layups, open threes. Then you're going to lose. But this is a young team that, we're learning. We're learning. That was a great game for us to play. Unbelievable. I'll be honest with you. I was mad that we were playing at our second game. Like, I could not believe, why would we play a 30-win team? You know what that was like? My UMass teams. And I laughed when I walked off. I said, I miss those days, coaching juniors and seniors and execution and everything's done and they're in the right position defensively. They're taking charges. And that's who they were. And then we got a freshman team that's started the game again. We played okay, but we made like four. Like, why wouldn't you just do this? They have 5 guys back. Don't keep going. They got 5 guys there. Do not keep going. And we did. Just stuff we can teach.
How big of a challenge is the Monday in terms of keeping him?
No, what he'll do is he'll shoot a 3 at any point, which means then you start playing him, he can get by you. So it's going to be a hard game for us. I mean, it's not just him. They all can shoot. Vic can get it to the basket. The big kid is good. We recruited the big kid. They beat us on him. They'll be next to the basket. It's a tough deal. They rebound. But Graham is he's the one that stirs their coffee. He's the guy. He's the one that creates all that's being created out there is through him.
You talked about some matchups where it just wasn't right for Nick. Is this one of those games where it's
should be, and it may be right for Ty too. This may be a tie game. Let him go in there and bang the crap out of him. But I'll say this: I'm so proud of Sasha. But what you're seeing in the games, Sasha is doing in practice. And everybody on our team knows it. They gave him a hand last night after the game. And it's not, he wants to score, the left hook. Why did you shoot that? You had no chance of making that. You're not going to impress anybody with that. Rebound, defend, block shots, fly up and down that court. You're going to impress everybody. The left hook does nothing. Make a jump shot or two. We just got to get these guys into, it was like Hami shooting a 1-footed kick away in a 6-point game. What are you thinking? Well, I thought I could make it. No, you can't win playing that way. We just got to continue to teach them possession by possession what it takes to win.
You've played Bill so much these last few years. Is there any advantage or disadvantage to you guys knowing each other so well?
Well, I coached against him when he was at Illinois. So, we've had a lot of games, in 2 championship games. And, they're beating us pretty good the last couple, so we'll see. It's going to – look, I'm telling you, I told the guys prior to last night, you have to enjoy learning. And what I've got to do is be tough on them in these practices, and then I've got to really be as positive as I can. But I'm going to tell them, if there's something I'm telling you to do and you choose not to do it, I have a right now to let you know about it. But as long as you're fighting – you're trying to do the right things. Things are going to happen. Cover for each other, talk to each other, and just keep learning about each other. How about this? We haven't worked on the last 4 minutes of a close game. You kidding me? We're trying to put in out-of-bounds plays right now. We really don't have a press attack. If they go triangle and 2, we've worked on our triangle and 2 offense. What? I'm giving it away. Go play triangle and 2. Go play. I mean, it's there. You just figure it out, and you play with confidence that way. But playing with confidence, real simple. I'm playing harder than the guy I'm playing against. I'm going to be confident then. If he's smashing me, I'm in the ring. Bang, bang, bang. I'm confident. You can't be confident. You got to smash him, and then you're dancing. I mean, these guys, there's no coolness, because coolness leads to having no confidence. Because you're cool, layup, boom, foul, grab, and then your eyes are like that. And that's what we're trying to teach them. You build your confidence through playing harder than the other guy, by doing it together so you don't feel the weight of the world on you. You don't want to feel the weight of the world on you. What does the team need me to do? I'm going to go do that. What we're trying to have everybody do is play in a way that they can have success. The guys that fight us usually have a confidence problem. They're trying to do what they want to do, and all of a sudden they look so bad, and then they have no confidence.
John, two more guys. Talking to players, they all tell us that we're having a good time. Yesterday, P.J. Washington said on a scale of 1 to 10, he was enjoying it about an 11. And yet, whenever we listen to you, you always sound like you're kind of in agony. You're talking root canals, punching walls. It's early in the
Kicking
season.
dogs.
Yeah, kicking dogs. It's early in the season.
Throwing cats.
You look a little bit frazzled sometimes. But first of all, are you okay?
No, I'm dying here. I'm dying. I got a noose around my neck. I'm holding on to a rope. My hands are bleeding. I'm kicking alligators, and I'm coaching freshmen.
Seriously.
You know, yesterday, I'm telling you honestly, this thing, I'm fighting to get my mindset in that I've got to stay in the moment of all this. And I've got to be as positive for these guys as I can. And then I've got to try to build this toward the end of the year. And you're seeing, if our guards can't stay in front of anybody, we'll get beat by 30 up there. 30. If we don't fight, because this team flies, you have to fight to get back. And you ready? And find shooters. You can't run back. No, you got to run back. Where are these shooters? All the stuff I'm talking about, I am in deep agony. Now, let me say this. I'm happy if they're having a ball, because I'm killing them. He'll tell you, he's on the sideline watching practice. He's drinking a Diet Coke. His toes are up on the bench. But I'm harder on these guys than any team I've coached here. So if they're enjoying it, I'm happy as heck. But I'm in agony, because this, I know the part of it is, the anxiety comes when you're worried about what just happened. I'm usually pretty good with that. My anxiety comes when it's worried about what's next and what could happen. And then you start having visions of what could happen. And then you're balled up under the covers, worrying about and most of the time it doesn't happen. And so sometimes I get ahead of, within the next 2-3 weeks, we better be here or we're not. And you know what? They're meeting my expectations along the way. But my biggest concern is each individual. I worry, and he'll tell you, I worry about individuals as much as I do my team. I worry about, why isn't this guy doing this right? Why is this guy fighting this and then he looks bad? Why? What can I do? I have individual meetings. You know, Ty hasn't played. I got to sit him down and say, this could be your game. You got to be ready. But if Sasha and Nick are better than you, what do you want me to do? I'm not going to take minutes from them. I already had that talk. So-and-so wants to play more. Who do you want to play in front of? Well, tell them. Do you want to take their minutes? Tell them who it is. Do you want to give up your minutes? You don't. No, why don't you just give him 8 of your minutes? No. He's not getting 1 minute of mine. Really? So now you got to go fight in practice and prove you should be playing and he shouldn't. And we'll have great practices. I mean, that's stuff young kids don't get. But I love it when we win. I had a great time yesterday. The game got close. I'm just happy. We needed a close game, but we didn't need to lose it. But we needed a close game. I found out Kevin could make a shot. We were awful down the stretch. One-handed rebounds, one-handed catches, all led to baskets. Miss defensively twice. I mean, there's stuff that's what I show them on the tape. So, all right, guys, I got to go. Thanks. Hope I gave you enough.